welcome back to another episode.
Hello.
We are in Echuca and I'm super keen because one of my bucket list items has been to go on a paddle steamer.
There's a lot of paddles. The river's full of paddle steaming.
We're staying at Barmah Lakes campsite. This is a free camp on the banks of the Murray River. It is only a 30-minute drive into Echuca, so it's a great base to explore the whole area. It only has pit toilets, but hey, we don't need facilities when you can camp in a beautiful place like this. Now let's go explore the lakes. As I pan around, if you notice, there's a distinct line on all the trees. And I would say, this is my estimate, that is where the flood came up to. Is that distinct line there on all the trees. I'm betting that's where the flood waters came up. Some of them are nearly higher than our car. So that's pretty scary when you think this water here was up higher than our car. Okay, it's still not the best weather, but at least the sun's out. Are we going to take the sups out?
We probably will shortly, yeah.
These guys are ready. They're wanting to go out. It's just a bit windy and a bit cold. Can I go out paddling in a jumper? Like, is that dumb?
Are you going to fall in onto the road?
Am I going to fall in? What do you think, Kane?
Yes.
Are you going to fall in?
Did I fall in yesterday?
No.
Because I am a skilled paddleboarder.
Whatever.
You come across as a cool guy, someone is the opposite. And all my friends are leaving, but I wanna stay here. Can we just stay here?
Oh wow, there's fish everywhere. They must be hidden in the mud. There's a big one going out that way, Kane. Well, I hope you guys can see this. This is so cool. They must be just lying in the mud and we scare them when they go past. One hit my paddle before and I literally screamed. I'm sure anyone on the lake would have heard it.
And I've seen every ocean, but I've never seen a color blue. Looking into your eyes.
Paddling on the Murray River. Look, it's not as picturesque as some of the beautiful places in Tassie that we paddled on, but we're on the mighty Murray, so yeah, that's pretty cool to me.
Oh, we should just stay here. Maybe just for one more drink. I can't help but think, where have you been? All my life, all lonely nights.
So, we are at Barmah. We're camped actually at the Barmah Lakes on the Murray River, which is an awesome area to camp. But at Barmah itself, there's the old Punt that they used to cross the river on. So back in the very early days when they had to do deep river crossings, they used things like punts. This fella, don't know when it was made. But, well, I'm at this sign.
This is actually the third punt that
What?
they've had here.
But, like, tell me what's happened to this punt?
So before Federation, New South Wales and Victoria were two completely separate states, and the punts were often used to transport things from side to side. And so they had the first punt, and then an enterprising guy, Maloney, made a second punt, and it stayed in operation until about 1926. New South Wales then took it over, and they had a third punt, which is the one that you see here today, and it operated until 1966.
That's right. Well, I'm looking at a picture here that says it was removed from the river on a truck in 1966, obviously when they built the new bridge. It was motorised in 1953. I think before that was, I'm not sure, horse-drawn winch type system. Or an old steam system.
You should wait and read all the information, and then you can tell them.
Oh, it's like instruction manuals. They're built into us, and what we don't know, we make up.
You make up a whole lot of shit.
Well, this is the old slipway for the punt that they used to use. Punt would have been down there, trek across, up off yonder. Would have been interesting nowadays if the punt was still in existence, like carrying a ferry one car at a time. We'd be here for hours waiting and the line-up would be way back. The old punt had a bit of a Ned Kelly connection too, because it was reported that he crossed here in 1879 on the punt after playing some cards at the Barmah Hotel. Rightio, we're currently in Echuca, checking out Echuca. We've got some paddle steamers around us, we've got some old barges behind us where they used to lay the logs across when they did the logging back in the day. Awesome spot. Murray River's looking really good. Obviously it's been in flood, it's not now, but still flowing fairly well. And we're going to check out some things. So we're going down to the historic port. There's plenty to see there. So Echuca was Australia's paddle steamer capital, and the port here was the second largest or busiest port in Victoria. They had 105 paddle steamers, and I think 64 of them were actually built here in Echuca.
Well, one company owned at least 55 of them.
I know, we read that. If you come here to the Discovery Centre, it's got a wall of where some of them are or what happened, whether they are dismantled, burnt, reused, or still in.
And it's all free. You can
and it is
through.
all free, so it's pretty impressive, the old paddle steamers. So. Well, there was a paddle steamer called the Rodney. What happened to the Rodney?
I was going to say, don't you try and tell my facts. Did a lot of reading for this. They actually burnt the Rodney because it was carrying shearers who weren't in the union. So when they had the big shearers strike, some shearers came in, they weren't in the union, and the union ones were not happy, so they burnt the Rodney down.
I don't know. They just all got along. So the Echuca Wharf, it's National Heritage listed, built in 1864 from local Red River gum. So it was a thriving port back in the day, significant importance for timber, sheep, pretty much all the goods that sort of flowed between New South Wales, Victoria, even down to South Australia, because that's where the Murray runs down to. So I found the state border. It's actually on the Port of Echuca's buildings here, so New South Wales does own the Murray River, or probably the port's built over the edge, that's why the state border's right here, but let's see how they marked it out. They call this spot the meeting of the whistles. It's It's where the paddle steamer whistles met the train whistles. So obviously all the goods come in from paddle steamer, put on train, shipped down to Melbourne, or train down to Melbourne. Others were either steamed down to the Murray Bridge region, South Australia, where they were then trained over to Adelaide. So the meeting of the whistles. Normally nowadays the meeting of the whistles is when all the men go to the toilet stand at the urinal. What?
And that is the Pevensey, and that is what we are going on tonight. Well, this is the moment I have waited probably half my life to do. This is a Katrina bucket list item. We are going on a paddle steamer from Echuca down the Murray River. We're just doing a sunset cruise, but I am so excited. Cannot wait to check this out. We're on the PS Pensive, and we are going to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the river cruising.
About to jump on.
We're on.
Oh, we're on.
We're
Yeah,
on,
we're on.
Kane,
We are on. We are on the Pevensey.
Ready for our sunset cruise.
Sunset. It's a magical day too. Clear. We're going to see a really good sunset. Looking forward to this.
Should be good.
Should be very good.
So it's quite a special cruise tonight. We've only just started doing these sunset cruises, so we'll be out for around about 2 hours. So we'll head upstream. All the boats over there in the backwater, they're all privately owned.
Now, if you're a bit of a fan of All the Rivers Run like me, the Pensive was actually used in the filming of the movie and the series, and it was renamed the PS Philadelphia for that time, and there's a bit of memorabilia in the back to show all of that.
Love the big steam engine back in this paddle steamer too. There it is. There is the sunset.
Wow, how amazing was that,
That was
Kane?
fantastic.
Look, that was a major bucket list
It-
item for me, and
It's just so
sunset cruise.
peaceful, so nice. Look, we've told ourselves we're going to book in for when we come back for a 3-nighter on the
yeah.
Emmylou.
it just gave us a taste. We want more now.
It did. It's just so relaxing. We could read books, just watch the water. Yeah.
You don't get seasick or anything. It's beautiful.
No, it's-
It was about $45, I think, for a sunset cruise.
Each or together?
Each. And you
Each.
got a free drink. And
We did.
that's beautiful.
Anything you want too. So
see, 2 bucket list items
in a week.
1 week. How
Perfect.
amazing is that?
It is.
Gee, Kane, what else you got in store for me?
I don't know, but the paddle steamers be hard to beat. Come
Wow.
to Echuca, jump on a paddle steamer.
better-
Absolutely fantastic. You won't regret it.
You better check out next week's episode to see what we're up to. And don't forget, like, subscribe, follow along. After our amazing sunset river cruise, we decided that we would go for a ghost tour around Echuca. Ooh, come check out if we can find some supernatural life.
So remembering that a lot of the guys that came here to Echuca in the old days were convicts. Pictures here of the rope hanging from the beam. I've seen a number of pictures of that. If you're interested, when we get on the other side, I'll show you a picture of James up there that someone got that gave me. So.
After spending most of the day in Echuca yesterday, we were looking forward to just kicking back and relaxing around Barmah. We're going to go back out on the lakes, on the sups. We might even jump on the e-bikes. Let's see what we can find. Okay, so we're at Barmah National Park, just up from our camp at Barmah Lakes, and we decided that we'd jump on the e-bikes and check out a couple of trails. And the first one we're checking out, now I'm probably saying it wrong, is the embark trail. And it's actually got all these cool interpretive signs around the place giving you information. So as we go along and find some cool ones with some different information, we'll tell you about it. If we get time, we might do the lakes loop, but it depends. I'm cooking tea tonight, so we need to be home for that. The stories that trees can tell, it is amazing. Thousands of years, and it still has history in it. This is a canoe tree. So they used to cut the canoes out of the tree, and it actually would have been bigger than this, but the tree's actually grown around it and the scarring and that. But this is where the indigenous, years, millions, hundreds, thousands, whatever, years ago, cut canoes out of the tree.
Not sure on the million years, but yes.
Oh, well, you know what I mean.
I believe it said at least 300 years ago for this tree here. So these red river gums get what they call burls and insects. They're the big black knobbly things that grow off them, and they're part of the tree's protection system in the event of insect attack and fires and just its survival. They did say cutting them out and actually makes the tree more susceptible to death. A lot of people love using that sort of wood because it's got an awesome looking interior texture with the swirls and that in there, and carvers and engravers, they love it. So burls and insects, there's one right there. The muster yards we just passed were built in the 1880s. They're listed in the Victorian Heritage Register, so yeah, it's a pretty long time ago.
Yeah, and they're still standing. That's pretty cool.
Carving our path through the bush, following a flooded trail. You can see all the trees, the level of last year's flood.
And then it was born.
Extra pretty.
And those cockies will come into roost.
They definitely have. What a beautiful way to spend our last evening here at Barmah Lakes. We are going to miss this place. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We're heading south next week, so come check that out. Catch you then.
I've got Johnson can. How you going, Blue? How you going, buddy? It's my trusty dog Blue here. good dog, sits for hours. You know, tell him to sit, he ain't going nowhere, this fella. He'll be here tomorrow and the next day, just sitting like a good boy.
Make sure you get that.
Woohoo! A super important one.